Hey guys, welcome to another video. I thought I'd do something a little bit different today. I've got a conversation and tasting that me and a good friend of mine, Beefy, had back in August. I flew up to Sydney and we sort of met up in a hotel room with the kids, so there's a bit of background noise. But you know, it was really good. I've been friends with Beefy for a long time. We actually started homebrewing together. I think it was back in about 2006, 2007. So getting on to 10 years ago now. And we started with just your extract brews, and then we moved into partial mash, and eventually we wanted to step up our game, and he went and bought a Brauermeister, and so we were brewing some all grain with that, which was really good. He's since moved into working in commercial breweries. He's brewed in a number of breweries in Melbourne and Sydney. So anyway, we caught up and talked beer. He had a couple of his beers that he was brewing for his wedding, and a special brew at Four Pines. So hope you guys enjoy something a little different, and yeah, stay tuned for really excited. SJ Paul beers should be on their way from New Zealand, so stay tuned for the next one. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this video.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey Jared.
Hi, buddy.
We're here in Sydney, sunny Sydney. We've got a few things to taste. First up, I believe, is Beefy's sample.
Not urine sample.
No, well, this one's a little bit.
That's my urine sample.
Yeah, that's the urine
We'll
sample.
taste that after. But this is actually one of the beers for my wedding. So it's a Vienna lager. Well, it's still sort of fermenting, I guess. Well, it is at the moment. But yeah, so
So it's still flat. So don't.
yeah,
it's got
this
no
is straight
head.
out of the fermenter.
And the kids are over there and they're watching television. So
We're being very responsible.
21st century parenting. 2 men and a baby, isn't it? No, two men, two babies. 3 men and a baby.
Yeah, 3 men and a baby. But so yeah, obviously still got some yeast and stuff going on there. Still, I've got it on sort of diacetyl rest at the moment. So it should be fairly clean by now, and the yeast has pretty much packed it in. So not this weekend, but maybe once we get back from the weekend, I'll do the dry hop and leave it in there for the week, and then put it in the keg.
What are you driving with? Oh, magician never reveals his secrets.
No, it's okay. So I want it to taste a bit like rose water, or smell like rose water. So I've got Simcoe and Centennial.
Oh, okay.
So I did some research and I found that those two combined, and after doing the bottle version, actually came out pretty good. So I'm just going to do that again.
Awesome.
The bottle version, I did up the bitterness a little bit, just so it could hold a bit longer.
Oh yeah, because you brewed it early.
So the malt will come through a bit more as it ages.
Has it got a hint of like that sort of Belgian yeast, like a bit clovey, bit?
I used a southern German lager.
Okay.
Lager malt. Sorry, yeast.
Yeah, I'm getting just that hint of like that, just a tiny bit.
It's a bit oxidised.
Yeah. Yeah, it dries
It's a little
out.
bit flat.
It dries out on the palate, but yeah, it's still fermenting and straight from there.
But the bitterness is still sort of there.
Yeah,
It's meant to be the easy drinker.
Oh yeah, and totally is.
Yeah, fresh. Once it's carbonated, that malt
Yeah.
aroma will come through. Like the texture's good. I'm happy with the texture.
Yeah.
This is probably sitting about 1015, so there's a few more
Yeah, a couple of points.
A couple of points to come down.
What-
I sort of
what,
want it to end
10?
around 10 to 12.
Yeah. For me, that's a sweet spot.
So
I
with
love
each beer of the wedding, one facet is being the focus. So with this one, it's going to be the malt. With the IPA, obviously hops.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, hops. And couldn't find an IPA yesterday.
Oh, no,
International
I saw.
IPA Day.
I saw. Sydney, man.
Yeah, no, and then for the yeast, I'm using a Belgian wheat beer that I think married pretty well with the mandarin zest I've thrown in there. The bottle version's come out
Really good.
pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it.
Awesome.
So it's just a matter of doing it again. Yeah, for the keg version.
Yeah, this is really nice.
Yeah, look, it's meant to be easy drinking. It's
Like
a
it.
bit sort of like, I don't know, it's a little bit citrusy.
Yeah. It's just coming through, but the malt, if that's your aim to be like that's the without it being and it's malt.
I didn't want
forward,
a caramel.
Yeah,
I
and
just
it's not a heavy beer. It's
No.
a really light,
Yeah.
smooth beer, but like it's definitely malt and just a touch of hops. Just give it a bit of.
I guess like the basis for it was the Bogan beer that did go,
Yeah.
but this is like a lighter version of that, just to make it a bit easier drinking. Because I did contemplate just making that again, but I can still make a lager. I still want to make a lager,
Yeah.
but I just thought, and it's a little bit of a homage to Vienna. When we were there, probably the best craft beer bar I've ever been to was surprise in Vienna, called Mel's Diner or something like that. So you could get burgers there,
Yeah.
but they had like 20 taps and like beer all the way from like Boon like Belgian
Yeah,
like
right.
fruit beers, all the way to I had Rogue chocolate stout and just like
Everything
so many
from-
stuff in between, like one or two Viennese beers, not very good. But this, like, for something, like, because of that, it's just like, well, why would anyone open a craft beer bar here when the local produce is not that great? But someone
why.
has, and it was one of the biggest surprises I've ever had anywhere I've gone. So for that, I decided Vienna lager after that. So which is red. It's not a light lager. It's a little bit of colour to it.
Yeah, it's good.
Anyway,
It's good. I'm looking forward to the final version.
the mouthfeel. I'm really happy with the mouthfeel.
Yeah, it's clean.
That's what I want.
Shall I rinse?
Yes, please. Beer.
Wow. Carbonated urine.
It is. It's pretty funny what comes out of me. This will be more up your alley.
So Beefy was telling me about this just before we started filming.
So this is so I actually haven't told him what it is yet.
No.
So
Tease
Brew
me.
1000 has happened at Four Pines, and it is nearly bedtime.
Ooh,
It will be
yeah.
after we've had a few of these. Might just want to hold off on drinking until I sort of tell you what's going on with it.
Yeah, no, I'm just smelling. I'm
yeah,
just smelling.
get it up your nose.
Hey Jess. We're just recording here, FYI.
How you doing? Yes, so Brew 1000 happened at Four Pines, and they've actually allowed the brewers to come up with a beer. Out of the 9 or 10 brewers that are there, 2 of us were interested enough to actually come up with something. So this is a West Coast IPA.
Columbus?
No, actually. Oh, actually, no. No, there is. Yes, there is.
And Chinook?
No.
No? I know the smell of this.
It's probably Simcoe.
Sorry, keep going.
So it's a West Coast IPA. We were, so because it's Brew 1000, we're sort of using 1 and 0, so we're going for 10% alcohol and 100 IBU. Now we've come higher in one and lower in another, so I want you to...
Ooh, okay.
So anyway, this is actually still in fermenter at the moment. It's just finished, so we've just put on chill. I'll give you the rest. I'll give you the specs once you've had.
What's Whoa, whoa.
You can sing that, Mommy.
Okay.
Mommy.
It's, I'm guessing, over in alcohol and under in bitterness.
Yeah. So we've hit 11.2.
Okay.
So we used this San Diego super yeast. We didn't at first. We didn't think it was going to get there because we had some problems with it fermenting to begin with. We didn't prop it up very well, the yeast very well. So we just had a little vial that most homebrewers would use.
You just made a starter.
Yeah, out of that.
How many starters did you make?
Well, we started with about 5 litres.
Yeah.
5 litre flask, and then we put that into a keg, and then grew it up in a keg.
Yeah.
And then we got 500 litres of wort from another beer, our Kolsch.
Yeah.
And then put the keg into that, and then we put the beer on the wort from this beer on top of that. However, it was in keg for only 24 hours, and it was like 8 hours it was sitting on the other beer before we put the other. So it just
Not enough
time. So it was it struggled very early on, and so we thought, oh no, it's going to stall and blah blah blah. But when it went absolutely ape. And we thought it was going to settle out at about 5 Plato.
10, 17?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even a bit higher, 10, 20. But then, and it plateaued there. We thought, oh, that's it, it's done. And then it just got another burst.
Yeah, right.
And it's down to 3.5 Plato, so it's...
10? No, under. It's about 10, 8.
10, 8.
Yeah. I'm getting in my handle on Play-Doh.
Plato and SG.
My refractometer's in bricks, which is essentially Play-Doh. So, in terms of flavour or aroma...
So it was dry hopped Monday.
Okay. So 5 days, perfect.
Yeah.
You get really kind of piney, little bit of fruit, passion fruit.
Yeah, a bit.
Tropical fruit.
Lychee,
Yeah.
I think sometimes comes through, but definitely
It's a bit dank.
it is a little bit.
Is that Columbus that's in there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Columbus.
Because we couldn't, like...
What else is in there? Is there a bloody M... It's not... What's the M hop? It was in the last Hop Thief. Mango is the flavour.
Okay.
What's the hop?
In the Hop Thief 8?
No, that's the last one. 7.
7?
Mosaic.
Oh, Mosaic. Oh,
That's
yes,
the
it would have Mosaic in it.
Okay, cool.
But it was like really hot. Like the alcohol was really hot on it to begin with.
So you get this really nice big sort of IPA punch. And it's really funny.
So it's not true West Coast IPA sort of hops that we've used, but we've tried to use things that we... Obviously, being a commercial brewery, we can only get access to what we can. And a lot of the hops that you would generally use, we either don't have access to, because we don't have a contract to get those hops, or...
in the quantities that you need.
In the quantities we need. Or we already have those hops designated for other beers.
Yeah.
And so we can't use it
Yeah.
for this one. So
But yeah, the flavour is like, it starts off quite thick, like almost feels like some sort of lactose stout in terms of the mouthfeel.
I find that when you do the dry hop, you actually get back a lot of texture, body into the beer.
Oh, do you think of hop oils?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like it's really funny because you taste that sweetness from the residual sugars in there, and then as you swallow it, you just get this massive burst of bitterness, and then you get the slight kind of the heat of the alcohol.
It's probably more the alcohol than the bitterness.
Yeah, but
it's not too bad actually. It has.
It's not terribly harsh though. The alcohol.
If you had it before we dry hopped it, it was intense.
It's certainly there.
It was like having a whiskey. It was literally like having whiskey. You know, remember Sink the Bismarck? It was like a bit like that. It was like, we're going to have to cut this with some water. Then we dry hopped and it's just mellowed out. But still, the alcohol's pretty good.
But it finishes nice. Like, you still get a really nice, fruity, piney...
Again, it's not carbonated as well.
Yeah.
So once that's carbonated, the bitterness will come up a lot.
Yeah.
The aroma will be pretty good too.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that bitterness and the alcohol, I think, will be burning.
Yeah, it is a little bit like just at the sides of the mouth. You just get that tingle of like, whoo, it's a hot beer. Cool.
We're pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
The two of us that actually got involved.
Yeah.
So that got it's quite a long video, but that sort of went on to brought out my beers. I might tack that on in another video or tack it on to the end of this one. But you know, more and more people started to arrive at the hotel, so it got a little less focused. So, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I thought it was really interesting, and really enjoyed it. And Beefy, if you're watching, love your work, and can't wait to brew a beer with you and do all that fun stuff again. So, yeah, cool. This is Stass from Stass Brewing.